It isn't easy to buy an old row house within walking distance of a grocery store. My girlfriend and I tried. We couldn't afford it. The old row houses are getting more and more expensive. And the zoning rules, again, are getting in the way of the new row houses. So for the sake of a livable planet, we must re-embrace Pittsburgh's wonderful historic density. We need to live closer to our neighbors, and our houses have to be allowed to touch.
I got involved with Pine View Citizens Council because the council came to Perry Hilltop and said, we want to keep Allegheny dwellings residents in our community when it gets developed. You know how rare that is for people to come and say, we want to keep these public housing residents in our community. And we developed that plan, and it meant increasing some density in the neighborhood, which is scary, and it's a change. But this is really the history of the community, includes more density, and sometimes when you lose a lot of population in a city, we get used to that, but we need to build back. We need to build back our homes.
Not only do we have young people like myself unable to afford a home and start a family, but also routinely underprivileged communities being driven away by the housing crisis. Let me be frank, people like me cannot afford for the city to wait several years to make changes to the zoning policy.
Anything that you do to make more housing brings down the cost of all housing. It's like saying if you want more used cars, you don't build used cars, you can build any kind of cars. And the people that buy new cars will sell their old ones, and there will be more used cars in the market.
My household is only 2 people. Our lifestyle doesn't require that much space, but we have a large dog, and this disqualifies us from living in many apartment buildings. We were able to rent this adorable townhouse, and we love it. Our neighbors are amazing and super welcoming. This built-in sense of community is a pretty sweet perk, but not everybody is so fortunate. Many people with dilemmas like mine are forced to live far from where they work, outside of the reach of the amenities Pittsburgh has to offer.
Dense development means less infrastructure for the city to maintain. It means that families do not need to afford multiple automobiles just to live their lives, and it makes public transit a feasible option. I'm not asking you to change our city. I'm asking you to allow, once again, the type of homes and neighborhoods that make Pittsburgh a great place to live.
I'm a retired 79-year-old homeowner living in a large 6-bedroom house with my wife on a block in Point Breeze, but which are today no homes that will meet the affordability standard. I don't need to school this council on the drastic and frightening shortage of affordable housing. This need cannot be met by giving wealthy developers a break in return for making 10 or 20% of their proposed units allegedly affordable at 80% of AMI. That standard is a cruel joke being played at the expense of those who work for low wages and provide massive amounts of service to the residents of this city. They deserve and have a right to truly affordable housing now and in the future. But the future is now. We can either stay our current errant path and insist the past must remain in the future, or we can welcome new residents and keep old ones as well by changing zoning to permit higher density housing.
This zoning amendment would be one small way to make more low-cost housing available. Low-cost housing requires less cost to build those homes. In Polish Hill, we are so grateful to have 4 permanently affordable attached houses having homeowners move in right now. And we've got 3 more about to break ground. Attached housing has enabled these units to come into existence.
Every home delayed, every home not built, means a family without a home in Pittsburgh, some driven out of the city, some driven into homelessness. To fail to act is to ignore their lives. Thank you very much.
Working through my own community's experience after a mass eviction at Penn Plaza, I have seen firsthand the devastating effects of lack of affordability housing in Pittsburgh. The current zoning adds time and money to affordable housing development, delays opportunities for deserving families to get into homes and out of the city's housing crisis. This zoning change is critical in allowing us to provide more homes to more people in need. Today's communities can't be built on yesterday's zoning.
These proposed changes will eliminate an empty obstacle and offer an opportunity to begin rebuilding the health and stability of our city. This zoning change will help us provide more homes to more people in need. We must first agree, though, to care more about the value of people than the value of property and its amenities. Thank you.
Thank you.